Aloha, my name is Benedict Howard, health coach, and I want to share with you 5 uncommon energy secrets. But let me give you a little backstory. Back when I was born in England, I was really good at taking things apart, much to my father's demise, and that was just my way of learning, right? And that led to me being really able to look at systems and analyze them, and took me into engineering, and then later as a development engineer for General Electric, where we created different products for the market in the mining industry. I was a mining engineer. And later on in the 80s, I went to Africa and came back, and it was a completely changed culture shock, situation. And I was really searching for what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. So what I ended up doing was working with sound and sacred geometry, creating healing environments whereby you both hear and feel the music. It's an amazing experience, just like a musical massage. And just like music takes you on these amazing journeys, we use that in a therapeutic way to help people move beyond emotional situations, or to look at different projects so that they can analyze different projects and get more information as to how to manage that project. Or we would use them for journeying, or we would use the music for shamanic type experiences. So out of those experiences, and actually keeping lots of records, I created a training system for those people that would come into my training as facilitators in these sound environments, which I called the Dreamweaver. So out of that sound healing experience, over about a decade of doing this, I became an expert in how sound moves through the body and what it does to create the healing that happens. Now, in these environments, it was not just an auditory experience in the ear, it was a vibro-tactile experience, so that you were literally feeling the music. It was literally vibrating through your body. In 2002, I was in London, and I came across some work out of Russia with using microcurrent. The group is called, the units are called Skena, and what they do is that they deliver microcurrent to the skin. Now, this is very different from TENS units, which uses pads, and you put them in different locations across sore points or pain points in the body. This has small electrodes that literally just stimulate the skin. And what we found, and what I discovered when I started trading with the Russians, was that there was a whole huge range of electrical effects on the body that really reduced stress, so it solved pain, and it rejuvenates. It does a rejuvenation because it stimulates the nerve fibers to release different neuropeptides and neuromodulators. We've got these recipes of these different hormones and substances in the body that can be triggered and released just with little microcurrent tingles to the skin. Well, so not only does the microcurrent boost your energy, so if you're waking up tired in the mornings, this is a way to deal with that, but it really affects the mitochondria in the body, and that's where the current research is being done as to working with mitochondrial health. I'm getting mixed up between mitochondria and microcurrent. So the mitochondrial health is paramount to our system. When that is reduced, the health of the mitochondria is reduced, we put on weight, we have low energy, and it's all being affected by being removed from the natural frequencies and resonances of the planet. It's being reduced, removed from the circadian rhythms of the sunlight in the mornings and the evenings, which stimulates melatonin production, and at night stops the melatonin and releases it so that we sleep better. So there's all of these complicated hormonal balances that are triggered by our environment. Now, Wi-Fi, for instance, as you probably, I'm sure you know, is really detrimental. The blue screen on your computers, that's really detrimental to the eyes. And it turns out that the eyes have this way of working with the body to balance it all. And when we get these natural lights into the eyeball, things work a lot better. But because the mitochondria are so compromised, there's different ways of boosting that up, boosting that energy so that you can get going again. So if you're waking up tired in the mornings, this is one way. Or if you're caught up in those exercise and nutrition dogmas that really are not working anymore because you don't understand what's happening in the mitochondria with the Krebs cycle and the end of the Krebs cycle, where you've got this electron chain transport, where you've got this electricity coming off. This is why microcurrent is so important, and nobody or very few people on the planet really are using this. So what I would like you to do is learn more, if this interests you, is to learn more about this process. And so I put together a little booklet for you to read, which is called the Wellness Ninja Manifesto, and it has 5 uncommon energy secrets for health seekers like you, and in it I'll display or discuss how we get these results. Now, woven in this book are different levels of personal development stuff, which is a coach, that's number 1. You know, being clear on your vision, being clear on your goals, being clear on keeping records, and not forcing yourself to do anything, but really using the universe to conspire to support you in those changes, just as Goethe said. And in that support of those changes, you know, we can orchestrate from other realms how we want to manifest our vision. So this is a really important little booklet, because not only does it have the solid manifestation process of creating a vision, of setting goals and taking those baby steps to enacting those goals, but it's got these 5 uncommon energy secrets that I've woven in there. Let me give you one of them. This is kind of cool. When I was living in London, I had come from Hawaii to London and was living there for a couple of years, and I was so disconnected from the frequencies of the earth, and what I realized I needed to do was get in the water there. Well, in Hyde Park, right in the center, there's a lake called the Serpentine, and there was like a real Spartan bathing club there that I belonged to, and we would go jump in that lake come rain, shine, sleet, snow, ice, whatever it was. And in that cold thermogenesis process, I would come out and I would be like, wow, all energized. And so cold is a really interesting thing, because it really works with the mitochondria that way. And I've got other secrets in the book too, which is like, and I don't want to give you them all right now, and so I'd like you to download the Wellness Ninja Manifesto and take a read and see if this is something that you would like to explore further. My name is Benedict Howard. This is Wailea Beach in Hawaii, and it's been a pleasure sharing this with you. And it's awesome what the results we can get.